Hello everyone, my name is Kirandeep and in this video we are going to start with a new topic that is people management skills. So what is people management and why is this skill important for a person to have, and what are the qualities, what are the responsibilities of a people manager, and how is having people management skills a good quality, and how that can be very helpful for a leader to lead the team in the best possible way. We are going to see all these things in this video. So let's start. So first question that comes into our mind once we see what is people management is, what exactly does people management means? What is that? What does it mean? So people management. So people management or personal management. Personal also means a person. Okay. So refers to the set of activities and strategies used in recruiting, training, and retaining the staff. So firstly, people management is basically a skill that is needed while recruiting. So आपको people management कब चाहिए होता है? It is needed when you are recruiting people. जब हम recruitment करते हैं, अभी हम इसको आगे और डिटेल में देखेंगे, but whenever we are recruiting, then it is needed. Then when we are training the employees, जब हम अपने अंडर अपने employees को training देते हैं, then also people management plays a very important role. Then also retaining staff, so the people who are already working in our company, to just keep them interested in the work they are doing and to keep them motivated, then also in that situation also people management plays a very important role. Then also while giving them the resources and encouragement they need. So every person needs some encouragement, no matter, even a student, even a small child needs encouragement if we want that student, that child to do something extra, something new, something more. So in the same way, every person at in all the age groups, a person needs some kind of motivation, some kind of that drive, some kind of encouragement. So a people manager, basically people management skill is actually motivating the workers, the employees, and also encouraging them to do better and better. Also, they need to succeed and advance the company's objectives. So basically people management means that it is a skill which is needed while recruiting, while training the employees, while making sure that the employees who are already working in the organization be there, just remains there and give their 100%, and also to give them a lot of motivation, a lot of encouragement, so that they can give even better than what they are doing right now. They can give their 100% and grow along with the organization, right? So it is very important, actually it is very important for a person to be motivated, because that, and also आपको जरूरी होता है, it is very much needed कि हम उनको एक encouragement दे. That encouragement can be in the form of an emotional encouragement or motivation, and also it can be monetary. We'll see that later. But I'm saying कि आपको मोटिवेशन देना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, एनकरेजमेंट देना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वाई? बिकॉज इट विल मेक श्योर that वो employee अपना 100% दे, which is good for both the employee and the organization. Because if that person is interested, if that person is giving that 100%, तो इससे क्या होगा, वो employee will get to learn a lot. That person will learn a lot, will be able to improve himself or herself, along with adding some good value to the organization. So next is, people management involves organizing your team in a way that increases productivity and optimizes efficiency. So it actually deals with organizing the team. So people managers, as the name suggests, अभी तक हमें समझ में आ रहा होगा, that जैसा name हमें समझ में आ रहा है, that people management basically is done by the people who are managing people. So यहाँ पे आप एक टीम लीडर के हम पर्सपेक्टिव से देख रहे हैं कि पीपल मैनेजमेंट स्किल इतना इंपॉर्टेंट क्यों है. बिकॉज अगर लीडर अच्छे से मैनेज कर पाएगा, then only there the success will be assured. So that is why it involves organizing the team in the best possible way, so that they can increase the productivity by motivating them, by providing them trainings, and also optimizes their efficiency. So वो limited time में, कम से कम time में अपना 100% दे पाए. So this is people management. Now the next which we think is, ठीक है, अच्छा हमें समझ में आ गया what is people management, क्या need है, okay, but क्या होता है, what is the functions of a people manager or we can say human resource manager or a leader. So ये quality बहुत सारे field में needed होती है. Whenever a person is dealing with a group of people, वहां पे एक quality, एक skill बहुत needed है, that is people management. So be it a HR, be it a leader, be it a coordinator, be it a the person who is a director, anybody who is dealing with the team, who has to guide a person, a team, so that kind, those people in those positions need this skill very very much, because that will assure their success and their companies, their organization success. So what are the functions and responsibilities? So अब इनको क्या करना पड़ता है, इनके functions क्या होते हैं, इनके responsibilities क्या होती हैं? The first is recruitment and selection. जैसे हम लोगों ने अभी first slide में भी saw that there was this term recruiting. So this is actually one of the most important roles of a people manager. That is recruitment. So what does it mean? See, identifying the staffing needs of the organization. So first is, you need to identify. Overstaffing is also bad, right? And understaffing is also not good for the organization. Understaffing से क्या होगा कि जो already जो employees हैं who are working, they will feel overburdened. वो overburdened feel करेंगे. That is also very very negative point. At the same time, if we overhire people, then also इससे क्या होगा? Maybe after some time, the company will have to lay off some of the employees. So both the situations are not good. So that is why the first important thing for a people manager, the responsibility of the people manager is that person needs to identify the staffing needs. क्या need है organization में, that should be identified first of the organization. Next, attracting suitable candidates. So now you know okay, so 4 to 5 employees are needed. So we need some staff. So up next is आप right candidates को कैसे attract करेंगे, that is also very important. So that is one responsibility. Then selecting individuals who possess the required skills. So here it basically means interviewing, selecting. So selection में भी they should keep in mind, that is also very important, that they should keep in mind कि जो वो employees को जिनको select कर रहे हैं, those candidates are having the required skills, because they will be working in the organizations and their efforts will actually the company's the success of the company will be dependent on their efforts, their type of work. So that is why selecting the right employees, selecting the employees who have the required skills, also qualifications, that is important, and cultural fit for the organization. So they should actually be able to adjust according to the culture of the organization. So that is why the first and the foremost responsibility of a people manager is recruitment and selection. Then next, once the candidate is being selected, okay, now he has started working, he is a good fit for the company. Next, the responsibility of the people manager is training and development. So everybody needs to be upgraded, be it in any field, be it in any department. Everybody needs to be upgraded, everybody needs to keep them up to date. Why? Because that will assure that the person will be successful. Unka bhi success and organization ka success depends on how upgraded that person is. So that is why training and development is very important, and this thing should be organized and planned by the team lead, which is basically the people manager. So that is why one of the responsibilities of the people manager is organizing and taking care of the training and development of the employees, providing employees with the necessary knowledge, up to date knowledge, the skills and resources to perform their roles effectively. So this is very important. Then this may include orientation programs. So orientation programs, you must have heard that there are some companies जहाँ पे regular basis पे orientation programs होता है. Why is that done? It is done only for keeping the employees upgraded, right, up to date. Skill training. So maybe time to time some kind of programs, 4 days program or 1 day program or a month program is organized to ensure that the required skills or the latest skills are there in the employees. So skill training, career development initiatives, that is also important, and ongoing learning opportunities. So regular basis पे it is very important that एक people manager को organize करना चाहिए, should try that जितना हो सके उतना ज़्यादा training and development हो of the employees who are working in the organization, because that will assure the organization success. Okay, next, that is performance management. So now the person is being recruited, training and development is also there. They are being given a lot of skill development programs are there. They are being given some more career opportunities, basically the guidance that what extra they can do. So all of that is there. Now the next is that performance management. What is that? Establishing performance standards. So setting a standard is important. Why? Because it acts as a goal. So once the people, and this thing is done by the people manager. This is the people manager's responsibility, that he should set a standard that okay, this is the standard and this you all should try to meet that, even surpass that. So establishing performance standards, conducting regular evaluations. So if no matter, अच्छा जैसे normally भी अगर हम देखें with our in our daily life, we set some goals, right? Those are basically our standards, that okay, after 1 month I want to lose 1 kg or 2 kg or in 3 months my aim is that I will be gaining 2 kgs. But what is the use of setting those standards or those goals if we don't evaluate? So in the same way, it is very important that the people manager should establish certain performance standards, and should also try that evaluations are done, because that will keep a check on the employees who are actually working hard to get there. So next, providing feedback. So once the evaluation is done, then what comes next? Feedback. Because अब आपने evaluate कर लिया, you found out कि okay, these are the weaknesses, ये weak points हैं, and इसमें this employee needs to work on this part, and the other employee maybe is weak on some other department or some other thing. So आपको ये उनको कौन बताएगा? This is the people manager's responsibility again, that the people manager should guide, should give a good constructive feedback to the employee. Next, implementing reward and recognition systems to promote employee productivity and growth. So for the employees who have done very well, who have actually taken the feedback very positively and worked on them, and then in the next evaluation they are actually very good, they have improved a lot. So in that case, in that situation, there is one thing very important, which is some kind of reward. So यहाँ पर there should be some scheme, there should be some planning that okay, rewards should also be given. So this also comes under the people manager's responsibility, that he should make sure that performance management is there, a standard is being set with for all the employees, and then evaluation is done on regular basis. Also feedback is given, so that the feedback helps the employee to be motivated, it helps them to, it gives them some ideas. Basically the team leader is leader for some reason, right? So he has a lot of knowledge. So that person, if that leader gives them a good feedback, or gives and also along with that gives them some tips or tricks how they can improve themselves, that will actually help the employee to be better and better. So feedback and implementing rewards for the ones who have done very well. So this will keep them motivated and also will help you as a leader when you will have to deal with the team. Now next, compensation and benefits. जैसे भी मैंने आपको last slide में बताया that evaluation is needed, the performance evaluation is needed. So after that, one thing also comes in, that is the compensation and the benefits. So designing and administering fair and competitive compensation packages, including the salaries, bonuses, and the benefits to attract and retain the talented employees. So compensation and benefits also comes under the people manager responsibility. Why? Because it is him or her who will decide that what should be the right package for such a job role, and it should be fair enough, which will keep the person motivated to do better and better, and also will fulfill all his needs, right? So एक ऐसा amount, एक ऐसा packages set होने चाहिए जिसमें the person feels motivated that okay, if I do this, if I upgrade myself, okay, I will get an increment. So but at the same time it should be enough कि उनकी जो needs हैं, जो basic needs हैं, main needs हैं, that should be fulfilled. So that kind of a perfect package should be decided, fair package should be decided, and along with that, the bonuses, the benefits to attract and to keep the to retain the talented employees should be there, which will make sure that employees are very motivated and enthusiastic while working. Next is the employee relations. So आप ऐसा आपने कभी देखा है कि अगर आप किसी के साथ भी, if you build a bond, you have to keep on working on that, you have to put efforts to maintain that for the longer run. So in the same way, it is actually a people manager's responsibility that he has to make sure that there are some good employee relations. Why? Because again that comes to their their they've been there in the organization. So it means basically managing the relationship between employees and the organizations. So directly, the people who are working at the highest position, they don't come directly and talk to the employees. So वहाँ पे एक role होता है people managers का, because they act as the middlemen. So they need to make sure that a good relationship is between the employee and the organization. Then addressing the concerns. So if there is some concern, if an employee is having some problem, if he's facing some kind of issue, then those problems should be definitely addressed in time. Then resolving the conflicts, if there is some conflict between even the team lead and the employee, or between two employees, it should be resolved as soon as possible, because it should not affect the people working there. It should not be it should not negatively affect the working environment. So that is why resolving the conflicts as soon as possible, and fostering a positive work environment to enhance the job satisfaction and employee engagement. So all these things are also a part of people manager responsibility, because अगर आप अच्छे relations maintain करेंगे with the employee, and you will make sure that there is no problem faced by the employee, of course you will try कि जो organization की needs हैं वो fulfill हो through the employees, but you should also have to take care of the employees, because if they are happy, if they are motivated and enthusiastic, only then they will be able to work well, work very hard, and give the best results. That is why if there is some conflicts between you or the employee, or between two employees, it should be resolved as soon as possible, and the problems, the concerns should be addressed. Now, the next on the slide is employee engagement. So what does employee engagement means? So creating initiatives to ensure employees feel motivated, connected, and committed to their work and the organization. So employee engagement basically means how to keep the employee engaged in the work, right? Not engaged only कि okay, they are sitting on the desk and वो अपना काम करते जा रहे हैं. No, nobody likes that in a longer run. So क्या एक employee को what is that thing that keeps them interested in the work? That is, if their needs, their personal needs, they're basically, if they are happy mentally, that if that is there, now if they feel positive while working in that in their workplace, that keeps them motivated, and that keeps them there in the organization. So that is why creating some initiatives, so taking some initiatives to ensure that the employees feel motivated, connected, and committed to their work. So certain activities, some fun activities, or some group lunch, so these kind of small initiatives should be taken, that will ensure that the employees are motivated to work there, and they feel connected with the organization in some way. So certain meetings or some get-togethers should be conducted actually in the organization, that connects them to the organization on a deeper level. Then this may involve promoting work-life balance. So examples can be promoting work-life balance, because There are some companies, there are some workplaces where people have this problem, that okay, there is no workplace work life balance. So that is important. If a people manager is having the right, if the person is having those skills, then he can actually make sure that the employee is having a good work life balance. He is able to give some time to his family as well, right? So we should try to promote the work life balance. Then fostering a supportive culture, there should be, coordination, cooperation between the employees. Also encouraging open communication, because communication is the key. Be it friendship, be it relationship, be it with the family, be it with your workplace, in the workplace, be it with the colleagues, communication is the key. So that is why here as well, it is one of the most important things, that encouraging open communication. If the people can, if the person, if the employee can communicate openly, they will feel actually connected, and they will be very, very happy working there. So that they will feel that they are heard. So that will make them feel positive and motivated to work. So that is why employee engagement is again a very important thing, a very important part of the people managers work. Next is succession planning. What does that mean? Identifying and developing potential leaders within the organization to ensure a smooth transition and continuity of key roles and responsibilities. So if you see, a team leader knows the employees very well, so he should try that, if there is some, if there are a few employees who are very good with managing people, who are having that leadership skills in them, they should be identified, they should be given certain trainings, that if in case in the future, if there is a need of a leader in some domain, in some department of the same organization, then their name can be given, and this will actually act again like a motivation for them. So that is why succession planning should also be there, that in the future, the company should have some more options for the leader. So that is why this is a the people manager's role or team lead's role, that he should make sure that कौन से employees हैं जिनमें वो qualities हैं, and उनको और कैसे improve किया जा सकता है, and how that can be beneficial for the organization. So that was all the roles and the responsibilities of a people manager. Now we need to see that what are the qualities of a good people manager. So of course, there are some people managers who are very good, who are very easy to talk to. So what are the qualities that make a people manager a good manager? Let's look at that. So the first is patience. So it is always said that patience is the key. So in this case as well, patience is very, very important. Why? Because patience, I mean, a people manager has to deal with a lot of people. बहुत सारे employees होते हैं जिनके साथ उनको deal करना पड़ता है on regular basis. So if they're not patient, they might react, in a wrong way, and that can act negatively for the people manager, the manager itself. That is why it is important that the people manager should have patience, should be very patient with them, as and he need to understand that okay, जो लोग उनके जो employees हैं वो भी they are learning, okay, it's something maybe new for them. So that is why he should handle their problems, their queries with a lot of patience, and should try to give them the best possible suggestions. Next, good communication. Again, communication is the key, like I said. So he should be good with the communication skills. A person can only be a good leader if he's having good communication skills, because his the main most important part of the working of that person's working is dealing with people, and dealing with people can only be done with communicating, by communicating with them. So that is why it is very important that that person, that people manager, should be very good in communication. Only then he'll be able to build that rapport with the people. Then ability to relate. So people will come, it is very natural for the employees to have problems, to come up with queries, and they will definitely go to the people manager and ask and seek, they would seek some kind of suggestion. And at that time, it is very important that the people manager should be able to relate with them. If that person, if the manager can relate with them, if they can put themselves in their place and then guide them, that is actually a very, very good thing. And it makes the people manager a trustworthy person, which will automatically act as a very, positively. It will be a positive, it will leave a positive impact on the employees. Next, flexibility. Of course, that the people manager needs to be flexible. There are that might happen कि कुछ टीम में चेंजेस आ रहे हों, और मे बी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन में चेंजेस आ रहे हों. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट कि अगर पीपल मैनेजर फ्लेक्सिबल है तो ही विल बी वेरी इजीली एबल टू अडेप्ट things, accept things, and guide the same to their employees. Then trustworthy. So ये मैंने आपको भी पहले भी बताया that being trustworthy is very important. Why? Because if the employees are able to trust on you, then half of the work is done. अगर आप पे कोई ट्रस्ट कर पाएगा तभी that person will come to you and ask things from you, and then only you will be able to understand what they are going through, what are the problems that they are facing, or what are their areas of improvement. So that is why building that trust is important. So that kind of an aura should be created, that kind of an openness should be there, so that the person can come and talk to you. Again, interest in others. The people manager should be interested in others, what they are doing, what are their expectations, what are their aspirations. The people manager needs to have a bit of idea about that. Next, ability to listen. As important as it is to be a good communicator, it is very important to be a good listener, because it will not happen that every time that the person needs ki, okay, guide me, tell me, suggest me something. No, there are some times, there are some situations where the person wants ki, okay, just listen to me, what I am going through, whatever problem I'm facing, just listen to me. So at that time, the manager or the team lead should be there, who can listen to the persons, whatever they are going through, whatever problems they are facing. That person needs to be very calm with listening, and आप पहले सुनो and then react करो, then guide करो. That is why it is very important that he should be a good listener. Now, good judgment should not involve, the team leader should not get involved into unnecessary conversations, unnecessary gossips. Just, it is something which is a big no-no for a manager. Should just stay away from that, and he should try to be very fair and just with everybody. Then transparency. So if there is some meeting that is to be scheduled soon, or if there is a client who has preponed or postponed a project or a meeting, those things should be conveyed, should be told to the employees. That kind of transparency should be there, because if you are transparent, if you're sharing, if you are informing or if you're keeping your employees updated about what's going on with the work, what's going on with the organization, then only you will be able to build that kind of trust with them. So that is why transparency is also a must. Then empathy. Empathy क्या होता है? Empathy basically means putting yourselves in the other person's shoes, understanding their emotions from their perspective, from their side. So we can very well understand that ये भी एक बहुत important quality है for a people manager, that वो समझ पाए, that person can understand what the other person is going through, what is their perspective, and then accordingly they should suggest what they should go for. Then next, open mind. Should be open to suggestions, should be open to conversations, should be open to some even feedback. So it is not always, जैसे हमने एकदम स्टार्टिंग में अभी इसमें डिस्कस किया था that regular evaluation and feedback is important. It's very important, but at the same time the manager should also be open for feedback. What they can do is that they can schedule a feedback monthly or quarterly, and then during that feedback session, the people can come and give their feedback to them, of course in a good way, in a respectful way, but feedback is also important, and for that the manager needs to be very open and should take the feedback, should actually think, okay, what are the areas where I can improve, because there is always a room for improvement. So आप try करो कि if you are into such domain, or if you are planning to go into such field, be open to suggestions and try that आप एक regular intervals पे अपने लिए भी एक feedback schedule करें. Then leadership skills, of course, you are in that field, you are in that position, you should have leadership skills in you. Honesty should be honest with the employees, should be honest with the working, with the terms and conditions, the rules and regulations should be shared with all honesty. Then problem solving skills, rather than getting into unnecessary conversations, into unnecessary conflicts, the people manager, the manager should always try that the problem should be solved as soon as possible, and should be favorable for everybody. So the people solving problem solving skills is also very very important. And that person should be a solution seeker, not a person who is listening to everybody and then making judgments. No. So always try that you should try to go for solving the problem, not creating problems. Then ability to adapt. Again, adaptability, flexibility, should be adaptable. Then accountability. Now, again, very very important quality of a people manager, that they are accountable. If something goes wrong, then that person should take a step and should go ahead and be accountable for whatever happened. And in the same way, that managers should also guide their employees on regular basis, so as to what they can do and what not, what are the things that should be avoided at any cost, so that ऐसी problems ही ना आए. But if something goes wrong, if there is a situation jahan they have to take that responsibility, then people managers should come first and be accountable. So it is important. Then positivity, should be very optimistic and should deal things with the very positive approach, and that kind of energy will automatically be transferred in the employees, and they will also feel very positive and enthusiastic while working. So positivity is a must. Approachability, managers should be approachable. It should not happen that आप managers से डर रहे हैं, you're scared that oh my god, how am I supposed to talk to this person? Because if that person is not approachable, then ये जो सारे हम points discuss कर रहे हैं, it is waste. So that is why approachability is important, that you should create that kind of an aura, that kind of a rapport, where people can come up to you and talk to you about things. So that is important, because only then trust can be built, only then feedback can be given and taken. Everything will depend on that. That is why approachability is a very very important quality, very very basic quality that a leader should have. Then organizations should be organized. Here by organization I mean that uh, the manager should be organized with everything. Like he should know, okay, this thing needs to be done first, and this can be kept for the next day. So prioritizing is important. Organizing, having the ability to organize things is important. Then supportiveness. Again, supportive होने चाहिए. The manager should have that quality, that वो अपने employees को support करें in their right decisions, guide करें and motivate करें, so that they can give their 100%. Now, so we can say in conclusion, we can say that effective people management requires strong leadership, communication skills, and a thorough understanding of labor laws and regulations. So just by having those qualities, of course, those are most important qualities that a person should have if that person is dealing with people. But having a good knowledge of laws and the rules and regulations, the laws and legislations is important. Because अगर आपको knowledge होगी rules and regulations की, only then आप अपने employees को guide कर पाओगे, अपनी team members को guide कर पाओगे. That is why having an understanding of the labor laws, the regulations, and having strong leadership and communication skills is very very important. It aims to align the individual goals with the organization objectives, because जैसे अभी हमने पहले डिस्कस किया था, दैट इज इट इज इक्वली इम्पॉर्टेंट कि जैसे अगर हम गोल हमारा एम होता है दैट वी नीड टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन गोल्स, एट द सेम टाइम वी शुड मेक श्योर दैट जो एम्प्लॉयज के भी जो गोल्स हैं दैट शुड ऑल्सो बी फुलफिल्ड along with that, right? So it aims to align people management में, this is a part of people management, that it aims to align the individual goals with organization's objectives, optimize the employee performance by motivating them, by encouraging them, and create a positive and inclusive work environment that fosters employee satisfaction and organizational success. So it helps both the employee and of course the organization. So These were some of the most important qualities of a people manager, the roles and responsibilities, and what are the things that a people manager should definitely take care while dealing with people. So keep those things in mind. Thank you.